Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is the Black Manga Critic yet again, here with an impromptu One Piece stream. Cause the stands, man, the stands be coming out. And I understand it, right? Because if you are a stan, it's not enough to say that you love a series, right? There are people like myself. We love One Piece. We cool, but we can be critical about it. We can, come at it in a way in which, to an extent, right? Because I don't think you can ever not be subjective, but I think you can try to get to a place where you hope to be as you hope to be um, as like objective as possible, right? As you can be within sort of the realm of subjectivity, right? Like I just had this one comment, man, and I don't get a lot of comments. Right? I'm not a big YouTuber, and it doesn't matter, right? Normally, I'd be like, all right, here's a comment, okay, read your comment, usually I just reply, whatever, but you can't disrespect my boy Norman, man. You can't do it. You cannot disrespect the boy Norman. Um, the man is greatness. Norman is greatness, y'all. Um, and again, like I sometimes I don't like right, like not even again, but just like I think like sometimes, right? Because I said a few things in my previous stream, but it's almost like people will legitimately ignore some stuff, or what they'll do is they'll say something where they think it makes sense, but it really doesn't. Like it's like where I have to reread something and I'm trying to think like, did you like check what you wrote before you put it down? Like, did you like sit there for a minute? Did you like walk away from your writing, come back to the writing? And you know what I mean? Like some stuff just be getting on my nerves, man. And there were a couple of comments. One comment I was just like, I'm not even gonna deal with that because that guy had no idea what the hell he was talking about. He was very confused. So I don't deal with people like that. It's a waste of my time, right? The only reason I'm dealing with this comment is because mention Norman. Came up my boy Norman. You cannot do that. Cannot do that. Not unless you're willing to come at it in a way that like is cool, calm, collected, makes some sense. You can have a certain conversation, blah blah blah. But you came at Norman, man. You can't do it. So I'm just gonna go through the comment. All right. Normally I don't do this. I try not to make a thing. I try not to feed the trolls or whatever. But I don't necessarily think this guy was a troll. I just think that right, because trolls are very particular. They're very distinct species, right, in this community. So I don't think this person is a troll, but I do believe that this person's kind of little off, doesn't really know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? So let's go through the comment because I need to break this down. Again, I said I was going to dissect it and go through it and make sure that you understand why I think this comment is a little bit of nonsense. All right, so we're gonna go through some of this stuff. People want to come through, and have another one of these discussions. That's fine. But this is mainly to just make a video to just dissect this comment. All right, so let's go through. Let's go. All right, so okay, so here I'm just gonna read it. I'm just gonna read through it, right? Okay, you don't care about Commander Snack. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, I don't care about Commander Snack. Okay. Moving on, right? Okay, that's nice. But now from your other video related to Promise Neverland, do you care about Norman's return? He has been dead anyway, or maybe not. We don't need him. Story-wise, he has done enough. A great loss for Emma to grow as a character. Now tell me how you feel about Norman's return. If you do care, then I got problems. Hypocrisy, bruh. Now, I am not saying that Snack and Norman have the same importance in the story, but really? So let me just kind of stick with that part, because that part, it started off kind of like, okay, maybe you're gonna go somewhere, maybe something's gonna happen, maybe there'll be something that I could say, yeah, I don't know, yeah, all right. And then it just evolved into nonsense, right? So let's go through this real quick. Because again, this is stuff like I've been doing. I went to school to do this stuff. I was in grad school to do this stuff at a doctoral level. Please, please do not come at me with weak stuff like that. Can't do it. Because if you do, I'm gonna eviscerate it. Especially if you come with my boy Norman. Like the way you did. All right. So let's go through it again. All right. Okay, you don't care about Commander Snack. Okay, that's nice. Great. All right. I said it. So, right, who cares? But now from your other video related to the Promised Neverland. Then he went to the Promised Neverland. I was like, okay, let's see where this is going. This is gonna be interesting. Maybe it'll be cool. Maybe he'll make some sort of comparison, do whatever. I didn't necessarily know where it was going when I got to that part. But I was like, okay, I'll see. Do you care about Norman's return? I think anybody that's reading The Promised Neverland cares about Norman's return. I don't know many people that are reading The Promised Neverland who don't care about Norman's return, right? He has been dead anyway, or maybe not. That's why people care about Norman's return. People, right? And that's a part of it. It's a small part of it, right? Like it's like in one sense, we care about Norman's return because one, we don't know whether he's dead or not. But I think a lot of us know that he's not dead because we understand how battle shonen tropes work. We understand how basic tropes in literature work. You don't see a dead body. We don't get if you don't get no legitimate funeral, probably not dead. And even then, we don't know, right? We've seen instances in other shows, in different mediums, where characters have legitimately looked like, okay, they died, there was a setup, and then they come back from the dead, and we're like, whoa. So of course there's an interest there. Of course there's an interest there, right? What are you talking about? What are we talking about here? Then he makes it worse, actually, right? Maybe if you just stuck to that, maybe you could make like a decent argument or whatever for the fact that maybe some people care, some people don't. Okay, that's fine. If you wanted to stick to that, that's fine. If you want to stick to it in the realm of emotion or whatever and everything like that, fine. Some people might care about Commander Snack, some people won't. Okay, yeah, I don't care, right? And I've explained why I don't care, right? But I'm gonna get into that a little bit because the second part of this is what I'm gonna get in, is where I'm gonna get into that. So then it says, then I got problems, hypocrisy, bruh. Now I am not saying that Snack and Norman have the same importance in the story, but really, bruh, how do you even write a sentence like that and not expect to get eviscerated? How do you write a sentence like that and not expect to get eviscerated? I don't understand how that happens. I am not saying that Snack and Norman have the same importance in the story. So what are you talking about? What are you actually talking about? They don't have the same importance in the story, not by a long shot. Norman's importance to the Promised Neverland makes Snack look like a snack. Snack might as well be a stale chocolate chip cookie compared to Norman. You know what I mean? If we were to compare it in terms of food, if you want to go there, if you want to do the food analogy, Norman is like, to the Promised Neverland, like that meal, like when you go to a place, when you visit a place, you visit a restaurant simply for that one particular like meal, like simply for that one particular dish. That's what Norman is to the Promised Neverland. Right now, right? Right now. That's what he is. Right? Again, if you stayed with, hey, maybe we don't need Norman for the story, right? If Norman stays dead, yeah, I totally understand where you get it going with that. Yeah, if Norman stays dead, I mean, like then he stays dead, and it's a very impactful move by the mangaka, and it's cool. And I'd be like, all right, if I knew he was dead, I'd be like, man, that would be super hype. I was hyped when it happened. I was hyped at that moment. That chapter when they say, yo, sorry, man, but sorry. We already know. We already know your boy's alive. We got it. We understand it. So when you moved into the whole thing about hypocrisy and that Snack, and then you say that you admit that Snack and Norman don't have the same importance, where are you going? This is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. Lot of nonsense out here. This is some One Piece stands stuff. Why is it One Piece stands stuff? Because sometimes One Piece stands, right? Not necessarily all One Piece stands. Some One Piece stands are actually very like intelligent. They come with arguments, stuff like that, right? It doesn't. Sometimes they're not stands because of their argument or argumentative skills or anything like that. It's just because like they maybe they don't want to listen. You know, maybe they're too aggressive. Whatever the thing is that whatever the stand quality is that makes them One Piece stands, right? They have it. But this is just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how you ended that sentence and thought you made any sort of point that was valuable. I don't know. I don't know why you mentioned Norman. I don't know why you did that. I don't know why you try to compare Commander Snack and Norman. I don't know where you were going with that. No idea. No clue. Right? The difference between One Piece and The Promised Neverland is that The Promised Neverland is clearly a mystery. It's a mystery manga. So the essence of what I was talking about, right? Instead of dog treats, some of the stuff that we get in One Piece, and particularly related to the latest chapters, right? That's what I was talking about in that video, the latest chapters, right? When we compare the dog treats that we've been getting in the latest chapters in One Piece, The Promised Neverland, that's not dog treats. That's like, those are legitimate clues that are structured, right? That are woven into the plot, into the narratives, into the dialogues, into some of the monologues of these characters, into the panels, into the art, in such a way that it lends itself to the progression of the plot. That's what's happening there. That's what's happening there. Lately, with One Piece, is like Commander Snack is not important, y'all. When you get off-screened by one of the worst generation, you are not that important. You got beat. You're done. You have a $600 million, belly, right? Like that's the thing. 600 million belly. That's your thing. That's your dead or one, dead or alive, whatever, right? That's your bounty. So who cares? I don't care. At this point in the story, the only time bounties really matter, right? We've got up to 1 billion. Anything other than 1 billion, I'm like, right? Some of these Yonko, they have no bounty. Doesn't matter. Not really. Not in the same way that like certain particular clues matter in The Promised Neverland, right? Because The Promised Neverland is a mystery manga, and clues in a mystery manga are extremely important. The relevance is just different, right? The gravitas of those two things are different. Dog treats in One Piece, plot devices, clues in The Promised Neverland. I mean, this is real basic stuff, y'all. Come on now. I mean, what are we talking about? This is what I'm talking about, man. People be trying to test me, yo. They really be trying to test me. I'm not trying to come in here and be doctoral student black manga critic in English. I'm not trying to do that, yo. Ain't trying to do that. It's not right. One, because it's not cool. I'm not trying to go, oh, look at me. No. I did that. I was doing that thing for a while because that was what I wanted to do. I don't go around telling people, yo, man, I'm so smart. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? I've been telling people, man. Do not do that, man. Do not test me. I'm not trying to come out here. You want me to do the research? You want me to do the doctoral level research? You want me to go in and do the close reading? You want me to do the intertextual, the intratextual reading? You want me to do all that stuff? You want me to use the literary techniques? Please do not do that. Please do not do that. You want to write a comment? You want to do all that stuff? Yo. Like, really? Let's get to some more of this stuff, man. Because I told you, I'm dissecting this comment. I'm going through the entire comment. This ain't no game to me right now. You can't do that. You cannot come to that and say, oh, I'm not only am I going to criticize one of your videos, but I'm going to use one of your other videos to criticize to criticize that initial video. And I'm gonna mention one of the characters, and I'm gonna do a poor job of trying to explain why the point you made in your video is wrong or doesn't make a lot of sense. Nah. So let's go, man. Let's go. Let's get into it, yo. Let's get into it, yo. All right. Let's see what else we got. Yo, Mushashi, what's good? All right. That's good. It's because Neverland don't have superpowers. Yo, that's true though. Some people would be like, yo, where the superpowers at though? And they will not touch something. They will not touch a manga if it don't have superpowers in it. Some people understands. Some people are not, but to each his own, I guess. If you want superpowers, all right, whatever. We don't tolerate normal disrespect, Jordan Williams. We really do not, right? Disrespect is different from a critique of a character and how they are, relative to the story that they're in. So let's go. Yo, what's going on, anime manga god? What's good? What's good, Russell Jones? What's going on, John Boy? Yo. Vakruzan, what's good? So let's go into the rest of this comment, all right? Let's go into the rest of this comment, dissect it up, all right? And yo, don't even get me started on those dog treats. It's called cliffhanger and the element of suspense, which One Piece has been praised for. Bruh, did you even watch the video, man? Do you even understand the sort of like metaphor that I'm trying to do with this dog treat thing, with the dog treats? And that I'm talking about recent chapters in One Piece? That's not to say that there haven't been like dog treats in the past, but they've been very slim. Right? Right? That video, this whole thing, when I'm talking about I need to take a break from One Piece, is very much so related to the recent chapters that we've been getting for the past year. Right? That's what we're talking about. And this is the thing, right? This is how you can sort of, sniff out a One Piece stan. A One Piece stan would be like, oh, you critiquing this arc, you must hate One Piece. Oh, you critiquing this art, the arc, you're critiquing the arc, why are you still reading One Piece? Oh, you're critiquing the arc, you're just a hater. Right? Don't get me started on those dog treats. It's called cliffhanger and the element of suspense. Yes, I know One Piece has been praised for cliffhangers. I know One Piece has been praised for the element of suspense. I understand these things. I've been reading One Piece. I've been reading 800 plus chapters. Yeah, I'm aware. Again, I said it in the first video. Do not treat me like I am 5. Don't treat me like I'm 2. I'm telling you, there are 6-year-olds that I've seen in classes that know this stuff. They know what metaphors mean. They get it. They know what they're talking about. They're smart. All right? They're smart. Kids are smart. They know this stuff. What I've been saying, right, is that in these latest chapters, the cliffhangers have been weak. Element of suspense, weak. They've been weak. And right, when compared to past One Piece arcs, chapters, weak sauce, man. Again, to quote the great Ubu Hikari, weak sauce, man. And we could definitely have an argument about that, right? Right, in a sense, we can have a conversation about that. But they did, like, the latest chapters have been subpar when you compare them, right? Because we don't talk about them in a vacuum, right? Necessarily, right? We don't, right? When compared to past chapters of One Piece, to past arcs of One Piece. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, man. Come on. Let's just keep it going, man. Let's just keep it going. Because I gotta go through this whole comment. I told y'all I was gonna go through this whole comment. Do not come at me like I am 2. Again, because 6-year-olds, extremely intelligent. 6-year-olds, they get this stuff. When they read in books, they know what the stuff is. Maybe they don't have the terminology, but instinctively almost. They know, they get the stuff that's going on. They can make these connections. They instinctively know, right? Like in a very raw sort of sense, what metaphor is, what a cliffhanger is, what suspense is. So just because you're using these words, right, does not mean you are correct. It doesn't mean that you yourself even know what you're talking about when it's related relative to your argument, right? In terms of how you're using those words in your argument, which is nonsense. Because you're assuming that I don't get this stuff. I don't understand how you could assume that. Well, unless you're not paying attention, you're not listening. Yeah, I guess. Anyway, so let's go to the next sentence. Anyway, it all lies in how we perceive. Oh, this is where people be trying me, man. They be trying me. That's all how we perceive, man. It's just how we look at things, man. You know, it's just, man, you know, everybody sees things differently. Right? That's when you know everything that came before, right, in terms of the argument is nonsense. When they try to end a piece of that argument with that, hey man, everybody's got to see things in their own way. Yeah. Really though? Really though? That's when you know. When you hear something like that, yeah, you know, it's all about perspective, man. Right? And that's not to say that never applies to anything. Again, I did not say that. What I'm saying is, in particular instances, when related to the argument that someone is presenting, when you see that, ooh, you better be wary, man. You got to be wary about the foundations of the argument, right? The nuts and bolts of it. I mean, let's go. Let's just. I'm gonna keep going through it, man. Again, do not treat me like I'm 2. I get, right, when there's like a certain type of like, oh, like someone's like, hey, you're stupid. Hey, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't have time for that, because like that's not an argument. That's not nothing. That's just like whatever. But when somebody takes the time to disrespect me by putting together flimsy nonsense, nah. And then you disrespect Norman, no. So let's go. All right. Katakuri started to respect Luffy when he came back to fight him. Okay. And this is what I'm talking about. And right, it's not enough anymore when you've had what? How many chapters we got now? 894 chapters, and you still trying to like base personality shifts and interesting character development and right and like intricate writing, but just like it's all about respect, man. It's all about respect. Those two men fighting, man. 2 men fighting. That's all it's about. So it's about, like, right. That's not enough anymore, y'all. Do you see the other manga out there? Right? They doing character development, bro. Do you see One Piece? Do you see past One Piece chapters? Past One Piece arcs? Character development, bro? You think what's going on here is interesting? Or something that's supposed to be praised because the writing is spectacular? I don't know what we're talking about here, man. The first sign. So let's go back to this. Right? Well, again, respect, right? The respect to fight. That's not enough. It's not enough anymore. Not enough anymore. After 894 chapters, it's not enough. There needs to be more. All right. You're gonna be that weak backstory for Katakuri. For Katakuri. Have we not seen the backstories in the past? In past One Piece arcs? Have we not seen those? The wonderful nature and very, very like poignant nature of those backstories. How they talk about all these different themes in such a phenomenal way, in such a way that children can like almost instantly connect with that stuff. This is weak. We got what? Maybe a panel or two showing us some kids that were teasing Katakuri, right? This is not to say that I don't like feel for Katakuri in that sense or anything like that, or that whatever, like I don't care about Katakuri being teased. What I'm saying is that that's not enough, Oda. I'm sorry. You better put some more food on that plate, man. When we come to read One Piece, that's like we coming to a cookout, man. You come to the cookout, you trying to eat food. You trying to eat, man. You trying to eat, trying to have a good time, trying to do all of that stuff. I'm not coming to a cookout just to have potato salad. That's it. I'm not coming just for the potato salad. What are you talking about, man? Again, dog treats. Maybe even like, if I want to compare it, potato salad. Dog treats, man. That's a dog treat level backstory. That's not even a backstory. I'm not acknowledging that. I won't say that I want to acknowledge it. I'm saying that like it's weak to me. It's weak. There better be more. There better be more. I hope for some of these people's sakes that are like, yo, look at that backstory. I hope there's more for y'all. I hope. Because if there's not, whew, oh boy. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. All right. We're going to move on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's move on to the rest of this comment. The first sign, like the acknowledgement, was very subtle. What was subtle? When, like, look. Yo, we really talking about this sort of second half of Whole Cake Island and subtle writing, subtle anything. Yo. I can't, y'all. I can't. The acknowledgement was very subtle. None of that was subtle. I mean, it was telegraphed like Oda might as well use a megaphone. All right. Again, when we're comparing this to other chapters in One Piece, right? If I wanted to compare this to other manga, One Piece would might as well put itself in a coffin. Right? 6 feet under. Cremate itself, whatever. All right, but we comparing this chapter, right? We're comparing the chapter in this manga, right? And chapters in this manga to the spectrum of arcs, of characters, of character development, of plot, all that stuff. Wait, man, don't tell me about subtle, please, please. Here we go. Come on now. I know you saw it, but somehow your perspective of negatives outweigh the positives. If you apparently didn't see it, then you might have an issue saying this character development was too fast and very contradicting. What are you talking about now? I don't understand if you're trying to go against what I'm saying, or you're trying or you're trying to agree with what I was saying. I don't know. Right? Take some time to write this comment out. Take some time. Just take some time. You do not, right? You have time. This video will be here for a very long time. You have time. I'm still here. I'm going to be here for a while. What are we doing here? Come on now. I know you saw it, but somehow your perspective of negatives outweigh the positives. Anytime I hear that, and this is not with anything, right? Again, sometimes it's true. Sometimes people can be extremely negative and they just totally ignore the positives, right? That's true. Sometimes that happens to me, like in my everyday life. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, this one bad thing happened, like everything's terrible. You know, and then I gotta breathe, you know, do some breathing exercise, whatever. You know, I gotta breathe, man. You'll take a sip of water, whatever, calm down, and be like, you know what? It ain't all bad, right? But here, no, that's not what I'm doing at all. Again, I've consistently said I love One Piece. One Piece is one of the best manga that I've ever read. Okay, still is. I never said it wasn't. Okay, I still adore it. I think there are things about it that just work really, really well, right? On a fundamental level, right? In that, like, hits you in your heart, right? In your heart level, right? What I'm saying is, right now, I, as a person with rights, as a reader, have every right to say, yo, what's going on here? I don't know, man. Something about this don't smell right. Over there, those One Piece chapters, woo, they smell like, those over there smell like lilies, man. They smell like black roses, man. They smell like wisteria, man. Over here, we got dandelions and weeds, man. I don't know what's going on, right? That comment, no, please. That's that like weak deflection type stuff, right? Somehow your perspective of negatives outweigh the positive deflection. Next. If you apparently didn't see it, then you might have an issue saying this character development was too fast and very contradicting. Yeah, people have been saying that. People have actually been saying that. Too fast? People have been saying that, and I agree, but that's not even why I'm particularly annoyed by that stuff. Where's the interest? Where's the depth that we got from it? Right? When we Luffy versus Arlong. Oh. When Luffy just destroys Nami's room. And he's just like, he just chilling. He's just like, Arlong's talking all this nonsense. Nah, I already know what I gotta do. So he barely responds to Arlong, right? Like he distinctly, purposefully remains silent for a minute and just keeps destroying the room. That's what he does. That's what he does. Right? It's such a wonderful, wonderful moment in all of One Piece. That's a fight that has like, yo, that's great. The entire arc worked up to that fight. That fight has importance because of everything else that's happened. This fight, when did they develop Katakuri and Luffy's anything, really? In the same way, right? In the same poignant and powerful way. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Again, the only reason why I'm doing this is because the dude came at Norman, tried to use one of my videos to come at one of my other videos, which is like, normally I'd be like, okay, that's cool. Like if you did a great job, I'd be like, hey, I gotta accept that, right? I gotta accept that. If it was argumentatively sound, I would have to accept that. I'd be like, all right, got it. And then I had to make a video being like, yo, this person made a comment over here. I got it. Again, I had a call with this one dude from Twitter. He was like, yo, let's talk about this. We talked about it. We hashed it out. It was a good combo. I even got a manga suggestion. This, no. So let's continue, y'all. I told you this. I ain't playing no games. I told y'all. Try rereading if you are interested anymore. What are you talking about there? I don't understand what do you mean? try rereading if you are interested anymore. That might be like a language barrier or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Right? If it is, then like, I apologize. I really try not to. That's not something that I'm about. Like, I don't get on anybody when it comes to like language barriers or anything like that. Like, I would never do that. Like, I tutor students with ESL students, ELL students all the time. And they're all brilliant. They're all smart, brilliant, super capable. A language barrier is just like a hurdle. It can be a very powerful. It can be very powerful and effective hurdle, but it's a hurdle. I've seen legit hundreds of students go over that hurdle. All right, so maybe that's what that sentence is. I'm not sure, but I think the sentence. I think this person meant to say, try rereading if you are interested anymore. I don't know why I would do that. Why would I do that? I didn't lose interest in the past chapters. I don't know what would make you think that. All right? That's not going to do it for, and I know that's not going to do it for me. I don't understand why I would reread that many chapters just to gain interest in a story, right? Especially when I've lost interest because of the recent, few chapters, right, in comparison to the entire story. I don't know why I would do that. No, sir, I'm not going to do that. And by the way, Hansel and Gretel fits with the theme of Whole Cake Island, don't you think? Who cares? Yeah, I get that. Again, I got my BA in Victorian Children's Literature. Stop playing with me, man. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Vaguely. Very vaguely. I mean, if you want to talk about that and you want to make like some legitimate comparisons and certain things like that, okay. About how the story and how that plot line in Hansel and Gretel and that fairy tale like relates to Whole Cake Island, please do. I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead. I'm not gonna do that. I don't particularly care. I'm not interested in that. I'm not gonna do that. But if you want to talk about the connections, the children's literature connections, yeah, people have been talking about that all the time too. Alice in Wonderland. All right, again, Hansel and Gretel. We've been talking about this stuff, right? Here, let's go. And when Luffy said earlier, even though you hit me, I know you are the one in pain, matches so perfectly with Luffy's sense in other people's feelings. Yeah, I knew that too. Why are you explaining stuff to me that I already know? Why do you feel the need to explain something that I'm perfectly capable of getting? That I did get, right? That I get. Why do you got to do that? When did I ever talk about that scene? Did I ever say that I didn't understand that scene? Did I ever say that scene was weak? I don't know. I don't think so. My memory's pretty good, especially my long-term memory. Woo. So I don't know. I don't remember that. I don't know why people start like to mention things that don't necessarily have much to do with what I'm talking about, right? In the way that I have detailed my arguments. I don't know what we're doing here. I really don't. We're almost done, y'all. We're almost done. All right, we got like one more sentence, I think. All right. I'm like, okay, I get it. Yeah, Luffy senses other people's feelings. We've seen that. We've seen that time and time again. This is why he is able to connect with people. Empathy. Genuine empathy, genuine friendship, genuine love, genuine humor, genuine all of it. We get it. We understand that. Most battle shonen protagonists are like that. Most of them are empathetic. Most of them are genuine. Most of them do tend to get people's feelings. We've seen this time and time again. So again, what are we talking about here? And then the last sentence. That's all I gotta say. And then hashtag peace. Okay. That's what you got to say? Okay. I mean, if you want to say some more, we can have a conversation, right? You don't have to write another comment. You don't have to do none of that. We could actually just have a conversation, right? But you did that. You did what you did here. I do not take kindly to stuff like that. I don't. Sorry. Right? And if it was just one little thing, I'd be like, whatever. But it was just like parts, or just all these parts that came together to form this one big whole that I just could not deal with. Sorry. All right. That's the whole comment, I think, right? That's the whole comment. Again, I told y'all, man. I told y'all. I done told y'all. The next Promised Neverland stream, I'm not sure. I want to have like maybe one more chapter. So like, right. So we'll have chapter. Yeah, usually, like I said, I want to do it at the end of the month. But maybe what I'll do is I'll do it like 3 weeks into a month. So like either next, so like not next Monday, but like the following Monday, we'll do a Promised Neverland stream. So like in 2 weeks, I guess. If we want to have like chapter discussion, we can still do that. I can do impromptu stuff. I can mention stuff. I can definitely do that. I can be flexible, So that's fine. But John Boy's like, BMC, show us your Smith and Wesson. No, I'm not about that gun life. No. That ain't for me. But again, this is the thing that gets me. People will try to test me. People and they'll do it, right? They'll subtly act like they'll suddenly treat you like you don't know what you're doing, like you're not smart, like you can't analyze things, like you can't do that stuff. Please, man. Please. Reading is in my blood. Writing is in my blood. Analysis is in my blood. Literary analysis. I know this. I do this. Please. Please, man. Are you kidding me? You want to come to me with a comment? You want to try to use one of my other videos to show how to show how dumb you think I am, or how stupid you think I am, or how unintelligent you think I am? Please. You messing with the wrong one. Please do not do that. Please do not do that. No. Nope. I don't usually do this like that, but yeah, they be coming, man. They be trying to do that. They trying to do that. Again, I don't go around telling people, yo, man, I'm so smart. I do all this stuff. I don't. I genuinely don't. Right? Because it's like, why would I do that? Right? My ability to do this stuff does not, affect how well other people can analyze literature and text and panels and comics and stuff like that. It doesn't. I can do what I do. I don't go around telling people, yo, you're not on my level. You can't do that. I don't believe that. I genuinely do not believe that. I've never believed that. Never. Right? I think this guy just made a mistake. He just made a mistake. That's fine. People make mistakes. All right. But again, don't do it this way. Don't introduce a character from a series one that I love, that I think is phenomenal, that does many things right. Not right, but like that does many things well and exceptionally, I think, for a shonen series. You know what I mean? Please do not do that. I ain't the one. Again, I ain't the one. I ain't the one. Especially when it comes to something like this. Again, this has been... Come on, man. Come on. And again, we still going to do that One Piece stream. We're still going to do that One Piece stream, right? Because we have a whole bunch of new world to talk about. Right? I went through that entire comment. And I told y'all I was going to eviscerate. I was going to dissect it. I was going to go through it. I was going to... And that's what I did. All right? And that's it. And I'm done. And Masashi, yo, you're not wrong. Right? I was just like, because normally I'm not trying to be like, yo, this person has commented this thing, when have you ever seen me be like, yo, this person has commented like did terrible? Yo, the comment on the Dustin, the comment from the video we did yesterday, just like put a whole thing, some of them were just assumptions about, being like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm being hypocritical. Come on, man. Like, those comments to try to act like that sort of try to assume, but not that presume Right? Those people that write down comments and presume to know what you know. Right? He's like, is like, no, like, yeah. And then it was almost like he was like saying like, yeah, Norman did. Right? Norman did. Norman is more important. I was like, yo, so you're agreeing with me, right? Like you're agreeing with me, right? Norman is way more important. Again, like the analogy I used, Norman is that dish that you go to that restaurant for when you wait on the line outside because you know it's going to be real good, right? That's what Norman is to the Promised Neverland. Commander Snack is a stale chocolate chip cookie that you bought in the store. Right? Sorry about yeah, but let's switch off. Like sorry, Dragon Eye, sorry about your dog. No, yeah. I mean, I always feel bad, but it's also just like, you know, it'll save her and you a lot of like unnecessary stuff. It's important. You know, so I'm really sorry about your dog. Like I get it, because I have 4 cats. You know, when they're like in pain or it's hurtful, like it sucks. But yeah, again, you know what I mean? I said I was gonna do it, and right, I wouldn't like tweet something and be like, I'm not gonna do this thing. I had to do it. You know, so again, Masashi, I understand. Like, and one thing I do appreciate about Masashi, like, is that like Masashi's always all about like, yo, man, let's just kind of chill, let's have a good time, vibes, all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah. That's what I generally try to do with like streams. I try to, talk about manga. It's cool, beans. That stuff's cool. But it's like, yo, those particular comments, right? Like it's almost just like, you suck. All right, I'm like, I don't care. Like whatever. I don't know how long the break is gonna be. I'm not sure. I might be like, might be a month, might be 2 months. I don't know. Just because again, like there were so many other manga series out there that I'm like really invested in and that I love and that I do like reading. It's super cool. It's super cool stuff out there, man. I love this stuff. I love reading manga. Comics that I need to catch up on. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I could be reading other than One Piece right now, right? Again, in the past, this is my first ever like break from One Piece. I've never taken a break from One Piece. Right? When I started reading it, I was like, I was in, and that was it. And every week, right after that was like, I think I came into the One Piece manga, right before, the Marineford, war started, right? Like right before that. Right? So I'm just like, and this is the thing, right? Some people they'll try to make points on your channel, and this is also kind of just a thing. Like, and I think like this is a thing for people who have channels who get like ridiculous comments like that. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. Right? I used to see it all the time before I started a channel, and now I see it even more clearly in some ways because I have a channel. I'm invested in these other channels that I'm watching that I'm subscribed to. So it's like a lot of the people, like, they don't deserve it. I don't think anybody really deserves that unless they're like, just like a scumbag or something like that. But most people do not deserve that. Especially when it comes to like anime, manga, stuff like that. Like not that level of like, I think you're stupid. Here's why. Right? As opposed to, right? Like, what was it? Who was it? An outstanding. I can't say the swear word, but it starts with A, outstanding. Like, what I like about him, right, is that like every time we talk and every time he has a comment, it's always like very, very particular. It's not hate. It's just like, all right, we have a conversation. It's cool, So I always like his comments. Actually, I gotta like him right now. I think I forgot to like him because I was working, so I couldn't really do that earlier today. But I'm good stuff. And then there was another guy. I'm not even gonna get into those comments because they were just nonsense. Just like a lot of nonsense. There's comments that are just like, rah, rah, which is like I don't pay attention to those comments. I've gotten quite a few of those comments, but I don't pay attention to that stuff. So you know, that's what I want. That's what I want to say, man. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, One Piece gets away with so much lately, right? I'm talking about lately, but I gotta, especially with the new, I gotta get into that. I think there are very strong moments in the New World arcs. I'm not saying it's all garbage. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying a lot of stuff. So when I do that stream on tomorrow, Punk Hazard had some really great moments. I mean, like there are moments like I think for every New World arc that are kind of like, I don't know, but that doesn't mean that I don't generally like some of those arcs. Like generally I enjoyed like Fishman Island. I thought was great. I think a lot of people did not like Fishman Island, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I thought it was like one of the better arcs in all of One Piece, right? Not just New World, but like all of One Piece. Like it was really good. Queen Otohime is like phenomenal character. Fisher Tiger, y'all. Ooh. Fisher Tiger is one of those characters that just like his story legit like pierces your soul almost. Like when Fisher Tiger is like, right? No. I'm not. All right. We're gonna talk about that, Masashi. Like it's not that good at the moment. But like when Fisher Tiger like talks about how right he needs a blood transfusion, and he can't take the blood because he's a fishman, and he despises humans so much because of their racism that he cannot take their blood, even though it's the same blood. He won't even let himself live. He will not let that blood be in his veins. That's just like, man. And his crew was just crying at the sight of him just like letting himself die. Oh. I mean, that hits you, yo. I don't care who you are. Right? And he's just crying because he was enslaved. Like, I mean, just levels of hatred, right? Like, it's in him. It is embedded in him. Like, I'm pretty sure Fisher Tiger believes, like, right? It's in his DNA, man. Like, I'm pretty sure Fisher Tiger believes that if he had a child, that child would be just as hate-filled as he was. And just as, like, angry and, right? Oh, man. I mean, so, again, I'm not saying the whole New World arc is like trash or New World stuff is trash or anything like that. I'm just saying that like, yo. Yeah, right? So I always talk about it in terms of shonen, right? Like usually I generally talk about One Piece in terms of like shonen. I mean, One Piece I think in general is just like it's a great manga in its own right. But if you're talking about shonen, it's like right, it goes up. Right? Like again, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think, like, right, the only time One Piece made, like, I don't even know if One Piece really, really had competition. I mean, like, even Naruto, I don't know if it was really, really competing with One Piece like that. I mean, maybe it was. No, I think it was actually. I think Naruto was. I think Naruto was like the one manga that was like, and Hunter x Hunter, of course. Hunter x Hunter was like phenomenal. But like, I think so, like in Japan, right? But like in America and in Japan, Naruto was, yo. Yo. You know what I mean? Yo, John Boy, Fishman Island made me hate Negans again. I'm telling you, man, when I was watching that, I was like, yo, it really hit me because I got it, because I understood. When you get to a place where you physically and like emotionally, mentally, all that have to fight against that. You have to say to yourself, you got to be able to be like, I can talk to people. I can accept people. I can befriend people. I can love people. Right? Man. I mean, yo. Told you, we doing this, man. We doing this. We doing this. mean, yeah, and like again, I'm done with like the other stuff. The other stuff, like that's just like that was a lot. That took a lot of energy. And I don't really like doing that. I like doing that stuff. I generally don't. If I can help it, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like seinen is to me, seinen is very difficult to rank because there's so many like it's so varied, right? I mean shonen is also varied, but like seinen like encompasses almost everything. Like not everything, but like it encompasses so much. I mean like how do you compare like what's one? Like how do you compare like Berserk to like Solanine or something like that. Like they're just so distinct and they're different and they do great things. It's hard, man. That's why like I try not to rank seinen because like usually what tends to happen is at least what I see is like maybe you can rank like battle seinen, right? Because that's the thing, right? Like Vinland Saga, Berserk, Vagabond, all that stuff, right? Like I think you can rank those pretty definitively, right? In a sense, but like when you're comparing them to like other types of manga, like slice of life manga, romance, all that stuff, that's hard. That's difficult, I think. I don't know. I have to get on Tokyo Ghoul, y'all. I gotta get on Tokyo Ghoul. I really do. I really do. I gotta get on Tokyo Ghoul. Um, I gotta do it. I gotta get on Tokyo Ghoul because like I've seen people like really hype it up. They really hyped it up. So we gotta get into it. I gotta get into Tokyo Ghoul. Yo, I gotta get back into Oyasumi Pun Pun. I've been neglecting that and I feel really bad about it. Like legit. Like there are days where like I'll go to sleep and I'm like, yo, I feel bad that I'm not doing like I only have one part to the Oyasumi Pun Pun readathon. It makes me feel bad. I gotta get back to it. I gotta get back to it. No, yeah, right. I mean, it's different, right? Because like when channels reach particular places, that's gonna happen. Like people are gonna be like, hey, like this may not be making me certain like a certain amount, amount of money or something like that, right? Like and right and like and at that point they have to be to an extent, right? They have to be because it's like, yo, if they're not making that money from that channel, that's their source of income. They don't do that, then they gotta go find another job. They gotta go do all these other things. They gotta do stuff, right? It's like Chibi reviews. He was like, "Yo, fans, I need your help, man. If I don't get like this amount of money, blah blah blah, whatever, I'm gonna have to go back to doing this like super grueling job that I absolutely despise. That puts me in the depression spirals, and like I totally understand that." So for me, like I think like there are always better ways that you can do that, but I do think that like like if you need that money like quick, fast, and in a hurry, I mean you make that video, man. I mean, and his fans are very devoted, so I think like sometimes people look from the outside and they don't understand like how devoted right his Chibits, like they don't understand how devoted his fan base is right to him. So they'll definitely donate like $5, $10. They'll donate that stuff. So for me, it's not as big of a deal. But I mean, for Never, I think like at some point, like, right, he used to definitely be like all about like I'm gonna be reading this, I'm gonna be doing that stuff. But I think like one, for Never has a kid. He was doing, he was dealing with some stuff that he kind of made public, and I was like, whatever, but I kind of understood, in some ways, like, but like this is his money, like this is his money. So I totally get that. I'm like, yo, if this channel was making me like money, I would make sure that the channel was put in a way where I could sustain that, especially if it was like my main source of income. If that's my main source of income, I have a family, I ain't got time to play around. Sorry, no time to play around. You can't. Because it's not just about you and it's not about the fans. Then it becomes about your child, your children, your partner, their livelihoods. Like it, I'm telling you, unless you like that's something that you really experience, like you can't get it. And even then sometimes people don't get it, you know? Right? Not every experience is the same. Again, right? Not every experience is the same, but I think it's important. So in some ways I do understand why it's like, you know, one, he might not have time to review all the series that he wants to review and put out content for that all the time. You know, and you know, for me, it's like I'm not gonna criticize like that because I get it, you know. But again, like I do think like if you're going to like, you know, put out a video about a series that you're reading, like it should be a pretty substantial video. You know, you can always put like one video out, maybe let's say every month or 2 months, something like that, and say, oh, I read these chapters. Here's how I feel about them. Let's go a little bit in depth. You know, like I think if you did that, I would be fine. I'd be like, yo, whatever, okay. You know, regardless of how I feel about whatever as a person or anything like that, it doesn't matter. Like, I get it generally. I do. You know? Yeah, I mean, 500K subs, man. And the sponsorships, you gotta make sure you're doing the thing. You got to make sure you're doing a thing. Oh, I remember that My Hero Academia vid that Sawyer put out. That's one of those things that's like, it's just uninformed. It's just an uninformed video, right? It's like, I'm going to talk about an entire series, even though I haven't finished I haven't caught up to the series. Right? And it's like the same thing that people did for Black Clover when they watched like episode 1 of the anime or episode 3 of the anime. And they were like, well, Black Clover is a terrible series. It's horrible. I'm like, you watch 3 episodes, right? The same thing with Sawyer. It's like, Sawyer, you watch 1 season. What are you talking about? You watch maybe a few episodes. What are you talking about, Sawyer? Huh? Right. So that's why that video was ridiculous. That was a ridiculous video. And that's why he, right? And I don't want to say, right? He didn't rightfully so get hate. He rightfully so got critiqued. But it's like, you can't do that. Like it's like, yo, you got to be on the up and up, man. Because people will come for you for series that, like, the people have already come for me for critiquing 2 One Piece chapters. They came from my throat, yo. So I mean, Sawyer, don't do that again. You know, and it's like Black Clover. It's like Black Clover is one of those series, right? I don't go around saying like, oh, Black Clover is like the best thing. It's so deep, so dense. I don't go around saying that. I always say Black Clover is a series. If you like it, you really like it. If you don't like it, you hate it, and that's fine. I've never gone around to people who like hate Black Clover and be like, yo, man, why you hate Black Clover? Because it's like, yo, clearly there are things about it that they don't like. Characters, development, ability systems. Okay. Like, but for me, I generally enjoy it. Like, I like following certain characters. Certain things are cool, you know? So for me, it's like, I just like it. And I'm not going to defend that I like it. You know, if someone was like, hey, let's have like a critical like discussion about Black Clover. Oh yeah, I mean, I have to be honest. Like, there are some things, man, you know, but that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that I dislike a story or that it's not less enjoyable or anything like that. You know, it's just like I think, right, there are, in terms of series, there are ways to sort of look at it, right? Again, I'm not saying that people that love this chapter like shouldn't love the chapters, right? In terms of One Piece chapters, like shouldn't like the chapter or even love the chapters. What I'm saying is like, when you come in critically, like just be honest. Be honest, be sharp. Come in. That's true though. Yuno's kind of barely a character. Like, Yuno needs some help. That's not a lie. Yuno's probably not my least favorite. Maybe he is my least favorite part, actually. He might be my least favorite part of Black Clover, actually, Yuno. His ability, his grimoire, that's cool. That stuff's awesome. The art is always super cool. Yuno's one of my favorites. But like when it comes to like Mm, Yuno as a character, Yuno bores me. Yuno's boring. He's not one of my favorites. But his stuff, his aesthetic, all that stuff, yeah, yeah. Asta is like one of those characters that, like, again, I said this in another stream. Like, Asta's like, he's one of those characters that when he has to be Asta, he's Asta, and it's not about Asta. Again, right? Black Clover is not about Asta. I think at the beginning maybe the author tried to do that, but Black Clover is not really about Asta, or and I think that's what makes it enjoyable. You can have chapters and you never see Asta, and you're like, all right, I'm cool, I'm chilling. So that's kind of how I feel about that. Yeah, I mean it's tough, and that's why I tell people, like, hey, if someone dropped something, I'm like, okay. So I don't know. Maybe I'll end the stream now, because I think I did my thing. I went through this guy's comment. I was like, yo, no, don't I ain't the one. I did that, so I think I'm good. Shouts out to everybody that came through. Shouts out to Yume. Shouts out to Quietly Loud. Shouts out to Mishashi. Shouts out to Young Kenya, John Boy, Dragonite, Shimel, no. Shimel, I'm not gonna pronounce it. I'm not gonna do that. Because I don't want to Shimel, I guess. Shouts out to Dustin. Shout out to Dustin for coming through, yo. Shout out to the Heart 96, yo. Shouts out to Anime Manga God. Shouts out to Anime Manga God. You know what I mean? Like, shouts out to Jordan Williams, yo. Facts, man. Again, shouts out to Russell Jones. Shouts out to Vic Cruzon. Shouts out to all y'all. Thank you for coming through, man. Thank you for coming through. And thank you for, like, the fact that, yeah, I'm close to 200 subscribers, which is really great. I mean, 200 subscribers is way more than I thought I would ever, like, have, really. When I started this channel, I was like, I just want, like, if I had 10 subs, I'd be happy. I was happy just to have 10 subs. And I'm still, like, and, like, those first 10 subs, yo, they were with me, at the beginning. And every time I gain more subs, like, y'all have been with me. So it doesn't matter, like, how many, like, subs I get or anything like that. Not in that sense. But I do think that, like, yeah, I want my channel to grow. I want to be able to, impact more people. I want to be able to help more people. At some point I'd like to monetize so that I could, say, like, hey, like, giveaway for a manga volume or something like that. I would like to be able to do that for people. Have people on the channel. There are things that are in motion at the moment, but they're going to be happening closer to, like, the end of February. So, be on the lookout for those. And I got to get back to streaming. I also have to, like, do a ton of cleaning today to prepare the house for stuff. We're going to have to do a lot of vacuuming tomorrow morning. So I can't do that now. It's a little late. But a lot of vacuuming tomorrow. A lot of vacuuming. I'm just got to clean the floors and everything like that. So, see what's up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shouts out to Dustin React. Shouts out to Dustin. Dustin's done so much, like, for me, in terms of my growth, in terms of, like, meeting people. You know what I mean? So can't think of enough. I would never leave Dustin out. Nah. All right, so let's see, 200. Yeah, 200 to 500. That'd be that, yo. We're just gonna keep moving, y'all. We're gonna keep moving. All right. I'm gonna end the stream now so I can get to, like, cleaning and all the stuff that I gotta do. I gotta do so much. But it'll be worth it, because, like, when you got the clean house, it's like, man, it's a good feeling. You just kind of sit in your clean house and just enjoy it and look at it. It's nice. All right, so let me end the stream now, y'all. Yeah, Dustin's a big homie, definitely. All right, shouts out to all y'all, man. I'm gonna end the stream now. Again, this is not something that I plan to do often or anything like that. All right, it's just like, you had to do it. It just got on my nerves. Yeah. All right, I'm a black manga critic, y'all. That was this video. Again, anyone that's watching this and is not, in the live stream or anything like that, feel free to comment. Just don't be disrespectful. All right, just don't be disrespectful. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. All right, I'm the black manga critic. I'm out.